Time back in with another video. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope that you're entering 2019 in good spirits, and I do hope that you had a wonderful end to 2018. I myself did. I spent the end of the year with my friends and family and close loved ones, and I'm just so excited to start 2019. So this video is going to be me telling you about books that I anticipate reading in 2019 and I'm really looking forward to reading. They're not necessarily books that are released in 2019. Some of them were released at the end of 2018 or even at the beginning of 2018, but I just never really got around to reading them, and I'm just so looking forward to start in the new year having read these books that I've been coveting for quite some time. So the first book that I really want to read this year is Brutally Honest by Melanie Brown. Now, this is like a biography that she's written, and it kind of talks about her life experiences up until and during her imminent divorce. Now, the thing that has really kind of attracted me to these books is just like the title said, the brutal honesty of it all. I mean, she really does bare her soul in this book. I mean, I've watched her talking about this book and publicizing it, and I was going to go to Waterstones to her book signing, but unfortunately I wasn't able to make it, but I'm just really looking forward to them. I'm not really a biography reader, as you know, but there's just something very compelling about Melanie Brown. I've been in love with the Spice Girls since I don't know, I'm kind of dating myself here a bit, but since way back when I first discovered them, when they were part of the Spice Girls. And Melanie Brown, Scary Spice, was my favorite Spice of all, because she, I felt I saw representation in her, you know, because there weren't many women of color that had like this big crazy mane of hair, somewhat similar to what I have, even though I can't feel like mine is sometimes a little bit bigger and a little bit crazier. But it was just nice to see representation in Scary Spice. So I've been absolutely in love with her since the first time I came across her, and it was on a Cilla Black show called Surprise Surprise. Does anybody remember that? If you remember Surprise Surprise, please leave a comment down below, because I mean, I'm really intrigued as to who remembers that show. Who even remembers Cilla Black? I mean, bless her soul. I really loved Cilla Black from the days of Blind Date and Surprise Surprise. And I remember like the Spice Girls coming on that show, and they got off the bus, and it was, well, I tell you what I want, what I really want. And I was just like, oh my God. And she was really crazy. She was like, I want to zig a zig. Anyway, that was the first and the last time you'll ever hear me sing, so enjoy it. I felt really animated in this video. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's just the new year, new vibes, excitement. So yeah, so I'm really excited to read Brutally Honest by Melanie Brown. Another book that I'm very excited to read is Fire and Fury by Micheal Wolf. Now, Fire and Fury is basically a book that is the first 100 days, well, of the Trump administration, and it's the first 100 days and the times leading up to President Trump being announced as the new president of the United States. And Micheal Wolf was basically invited by the Trump administration, or what's it called, the guys that kind of oversee the, I don't know, their election, like their election team. I can't remember what they're called, but so he was invited in by what's his name, Steve Bannon, who I'm not a fan of, and people from the Trump family and so on, to kind of monitor the progress of the election from Trump's perspective. And then he was also kind of given unprecedented access into the White House during the first 100 days, and he was basically able to see the chaos that was reflective of the Trump administration firsthand. And the reason that he was able to see it was because Steve Bannon basically told him that he could have whatever access that he wanted, and without putting it in writing or anything. And Michael Wolff just kind of took that and ran with it, and nobody questioned him as to can I see it in writing? And because there was so much infighting within the administration, he was basically able to get an unprecedented, unfiltered, raw insight into the chaos of the administration. It reads like a guilty pleasure. It reads like a salacious secret, like something that you should be hiding in the toilet stalls, reading like quietly in a clandestine fashion. That's the way it reads. I mean, I read the first couple of chapters that were leaked basically when Trump tried to put a stop to the book, and it got leaked to the press. So and that created like a media frenzy around this book. So I got to read the first chapters and whetted my appetite with that, and I cannot wait to read it. I think it's going to be one of those quick, easy, fast reads, because it's just so interesting, and because it's so reflective of what's happening in real time. It's like history, but whilst it's happening. So I'm quite excited to read Fire and Fury by Michael Wolff in this year. And if you've read it, let me know what your thoughts are. Did you like it? Did you think it was fake news? I'll be interested to know. Please leave your comments down below. And I'll surely review it after I've read it and let you guys know what my thoughts are on this book as well. The third book I want to read, and I want to read these books before April, and that's basically the Game of Thrones saga. So yes, please don't shoot me. I know I am the last woman standing. I'm the last person on the planet I'm the last person on the planet who is a fan of the Game of Thrones, and yet I have not read not one book. And in my defense rather, I did start reading the first book in the series, and then I discovered that Khaleesi was actually like 13 years old, and like Robb Stark or whoever it was, the oldest, was like 17. And I kind of was thrown by Khaleesi being 13 and having this love affair with Drogo or whatever his name is, and it was a very sexual affair, and I was just kind of grossed out and weirded out by that. So I put it down and I never really quite picked it up, but I really want to read it between now and the end of April, when the season finale, when the final season of the entire series is going to air. So I'm really excited about that. I want to know what happened, the real story behind the Red Queen, because I know that the Red Queen, or the Red Witch, or whatever she's called, is a very, very big character in the books, and there's a lot more going on with her than we ever really get to see in the series. So I really want to get through them, and I just want to have a bit of a refresher and kind of come up to my own conclusions for what the conspiracies that I think are in Game of Thrones before I see the final season and get to hear or see their conclusion of events. So that's Game of Thrones by George R. R. Martin. And I'm really excited. If you've read it, please let me know your thoughts. Is it worth it? Or do you think the series are better? Because I am a firm believer that the series can never be better than the books, because your own imagination cannot be beaten or translated better in film. So I'd be quite intrigued to hear what your thoughts are. Do you think that the books are better? Do you think that the films actually stayed true to the books? Please let me know your thoughts. I'm very, very curious to know, because I'm quite green in this area. So it'd be quite cool to find out what you guys think. Another book that I'm very, very keen to read is The Scarlett Solstice by B.O. Folarin. Now, this is a crime thriller, set in Europe. And B.O. Folarin is actually my first cousin. And I'm so proud of him that he's written this book, and the sequel is on the way. I'm a bit late to the show on this book because I think it was published about 2 years ago, and I still haven't read it yet. So I'm going to be able to read it, give you my honest thoughts and opinions, and because I'm very close to Babatunde Folarin, I am going to invite him onto our channel and have like a session that's like a you know, a meeting or an interview with the author type of thing. And he's going to be one of the first authors that I interview on this channel. So I'm exceedingly excited, not just because he's my cousin and I'm just so proud that my cousin's an author, but it would be nice to have the perspective of an author on this channel for a change, rather than just a fan of books and a fan of reading. So I do hope I'm going to like the book, but I will give you my honest opinion on it, regardless of the fact that he's my cousin. And you know, I'll let you know when I'm about to start reading the book, so that perhaps we can read it together and you can let me know what your thoughts of the book are. It's available for purchase on Amazon, and I think on Kindle it's about £4, but you can get the hard copy. And if you do get a copy and you want the author to sign it for you, let me know and I'll pass it on to him and get you guys a signed edition. So yeah, that's The Scarlet Solstice by B.O. Folarin. Another book that I am absolutely excited and dying to read this year is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. Now, this book is meant to be like a comedy, and it goes into the world of mental health and the daily challenges of having mental health issues, and it's written with a lot of humor. It's a bestseller on Amazon, and it also won the Costa Award for a debut novel. And I just think it's going to be a very exciting read. I've let Penguin know that I'm going to be reading this for review on my channel. And I just think it's going to be very, very funny. I've read a bit of the synopsis, and you know, I'm just excited to read something that is more in the drama, kind of comedic drama genre for a change. So that's Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. Another book that I'm going to be reading this year is Becoming by Micheal Obama. Now, I don't know what is going on. That's like 2 biographies out. Now that's basically doubling my quota of the number of biographies that I've ever read in my life. So so Becoming by Micheal Obama, I'm absolutely intrigued. As you guys are well aware, in my previous video I talked about The Audacity of Hope. I kept saying Dreams of My Father by Barack Obama, but I actually meant his second novel, which is The Audacity of Hope, which is the one I have read. And I absolutely loved it. And Micheal Obama, I have no doubt that her story is going to be equally as captivating, as inspirational, as motivational as Barack Obama's novels. And I think, you know, I'm just really, really in awe of her as a woman, of her as a global figure. I think she has a lot of poise and elegance, and it would be nice to have a bit of a sneak peek into her mind. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. And I think she's also on world tour, and she's going to be coming to England and will be at the O2. I haven't got tickets for that event, but I might try and see if I can get some last minute tickets for that event. But I am so excited to read that book. So that's Becoming by Micheal Obama. So guys, you know, I'll be very, very intrigued to know what your thoughts are, what you're excited to read in this new year, 2019. I also will be looking at new releases in 2019 and let you know what I'm excited to read in terms of new releases that are actually coming out in 2019. But let me know your thoughts. What are you excited to read? Is there anything that you're excited to read in 2019 that maybe you wish you had read in 2018 but never got around to? Have you got any recommendations for me? Because, you know, it's a new year, new start, and you know, it'll be an exciting time to be able to read together, chat together, let each other know our thoughts and opinions on the books that we're reading this year. I just really want to hear your thoughts. So please leave your comment down below. As per usual, please like, share and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you'll get updates as to when I upload a new video. I do try, it's not always possible, and I know I've not done it in the last couple of weeks, but I do try to upload every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And you know, until next time,